Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 56.
Now, we got in late last night, about 11:15 or so to the room, and we were so exhausted from that long day between the half marathon and then going to Epcot and going to Disney Springs. We're ready to just crash and sleep.
Yep.
However, this was one of those rooms that we've mentioned and alluded to before that had, really thin walls, because we're laying there in the bed and we heard the neighbors through the walls. Not just like muffled noises, we actually heard the full conversation the neighbors were having. Thankfully, they did quiet down just before midnight, and I assume they went to sleep too, and we were able to fall asleep and get some good rest because it is moving day to day. We have to check out by 11, but we can still sleep in. It's okay.
Yes.
We've got plenty of time. Now, just before 11 o'clock, I headed down to the front desk to ask them if we could go ahead and set up the checkout and the check-in and hopefully get a room that's already ready to go so we can just move our stuff over there, because we are moving from a preferred room at All-Star Movies to a standard room at All-Star Movies. The main difference in those two rooms is the location, which building you're going to be in, but also at this point, they had not remodeled the standard rooms yet. So we knew we were going from a new remodeled room to an old standard room that wasn't remodeled yet, but that's okay. They're still a good 10 to 12 months away from finishing the entire resort. We thought it was important that we have a video out there of what it currently looks like, so we made sure to ask that we please get a non-refurbished room instead of just having the new ones over there, even though they really wanted to put us in the new rooms, which we appreciated.
They were able to get us a room that was ready at 11 o'clock, so we loaded all of our stuff onto a luggage cart and put the little suitcases in our car. Then we took the luggage cart ourselves. We did not call Bell Services, and we just walked it over to our new room in the standard section. Of course, we took some pictures and did a full room tour.
So this is the All-Star Movies room before the remodel. And as you can see, there's two queen beds over here with the All-Star headboard kind of connecting the two of them. There is the table, which, by the way, I still like these tables. I know they're old and they've been around for a long time at the different value resorts, but I love the table with the little Mickeys all the way around it. I think it's adorable.
And if you would like to see the full room tour, you can click on the link in the description. Now, I was taking detailed pictures after the video this time, and that's when I noticed that there was some mold or mildew on the curtains. Obviously, that was concerning, so Robert stayed with the luggage. We had not taken it off the cart yet, and I headed down to the front to let them know and show them the pictures I had taken. They apologized profusely and looked up, and sure enough, they could get us another room right away. We didn't have to wait. So I went back to Robert, told him what our new room number was, and we took all of our luggage over there.
It was really great that they had one already ready to go. There was kind of an issue that they had before they remodeled those rooms with moisture in the rooms, just between the carpet and everything. Thankfully, the new remodel that they did with the hard floors and all that took care of all those issues, so it's so much nicer now.
Yes.
We really love the new remodeled rooms, but for this next couple days, we're going to stay in one of the old rooms because that was what we wanted to do to get the video and the pictures of that. So as soon as we dropped our stuff off in the room, we did head over to Epcot because today is the final day of the International Festival of the Arts. We're a little bit sad about that because it is our first time going. This is our first year, but we have fallen in love with this festival and are very sad to see it go, even though we love Flower and Garden. And tonight we have the final Disney on Broadway Concert Series with 4 performers, and to make sure we got a good seat, we went ahead and booked the dining package where you have lunch at one of the select restaurants they have with the package, and then you get preferred seating at the show later. The one we chose was Garden Grill for lunch right there in the land in Epcot. We've never eaten lunch here before. We've had breakfast several times. I love the cinnamon pull-apart sticky buns there they have for breakfast. Really, really good. But we haven't had lunch. So we're looking forward to trying lunch here and having some characters there. And also very happy that it's all you can eat because we did do the half marathon yesterday, and for whatever reason, I'm still hungry from that. And I think I could probably use that justification for a while at least. Like, hey, I just ran a half marathon. I need more food, you know?
You can pretty much blame anything on a half marathon for, what, like a good week or two?
I mean, you should get a week out of it. Yeah.
The other benefit to eating here is that they bring you the food. Now, we did learn this lesson when we had to go up in the buffet and get our own food after running 13.1 miles. So thankfully, they bring everything to the table. You sit down, and you don't have to stand back up unless you're taking pictures with characters.
Which that's worth standing up for.
Yeah. So you're not like walking around for that. So I feel like it's okay. So we did get seated, and they did get our drink order, and of course, then we got to see Mickey come around in his adorable overalls. Pluto came by, and he's just so adorable. I love Pluto. He's so underrated.
He is always so excited to see us every time. I don't know why, but we must be Pluto's favorites. That's it.
And then, of course, Chip and Dale, and those two together are the greatest combination because they pick on each other, they pick on the guests. I love it so much. So I always love seeing Chip and Dale no matter where they are.
It's a lot of fun to try to get them going like, hey, which one's the best again? Is it Chip's best or Dale's best? And they always, try to let you know who's the best.
Or you ask how to tell the difference, because Chip has the chocolate chip nose and Dale has the red nose. So if you say you don't know, they of course have to let you know. So we love messing with Chip and Dale. They're so much fun. After bringing our drinks, we waited about 15 minutes and we got the bread rolls and of course the salad, which is always so funny because I know we should eat the salad, but I'm not there to eat salad. I'm truly not. I'm there to eat the main course.
If I'm booking and all you care to enjoy a restaurant, I'm probably not there to enjoy a lot of salad. I'm just gonna say, maybe a bite of salad or two to make me feel better about the fact that I'm picking out on everything else.
But I'm not gonna fill up on salad, and I say that with, of course, saying that they brought out the rolls because I ate a bunch of those. After we got our rolls and our salad, it did take about 20 minutes to get our food, which was kind of surprising because it is all you care to enjoy family style. Like, you don't actually order it, they just bring the whole meal. And so we did wait, we got our food, and it was cold. And that was very surprising. So we did have to ask for another meal so that we can get some warm food. We really enjoyed it, especially the meat.
Yeah, the turkey and the stuffing and I know you don't like stuffing, but the stuffing was really good. And the potatoes and the gravy and the mac and cheese. She can't have the mac and cheese because it's the really, really bright yellow mac and cheese.
He loved that there was goldfish
not a good
in
sign.
it.
The goldfish, that's what I was going to say. The goldfish on top. It gives some crunch to the mac and cheese. I've never thought about putting goldfish on top of my mac and cheese before. But from this point on, I realized it's a really good idea and I should do it more often.
It's cheese on cheese. You cannot go wrong with that.
That's true.
It makes sense. I think it's more for the children, but you seem to really enjoy it.
I am basically the largest child you're going to see at Garden Grill when you're there eating, so it makes sense.
After we ate our meal, they did bring out the berry shortcake, which was a really nice ending to the meal. Because you've got this meat and potatoes and stuffing, and then you've got a really light dessert after you've completely stuffed yourself with however much food you want. And so that was a really nice ender.
I think if I were to go back to Garden Grill for lunch, I would just say, hey, let's skip the salad. I'll take a couple rolls and bring me just a little bit of turkey and dressing and gravy, and then bring me like 4 of those berry shortcakes because they are so good. They're covered in that sauce, they're soaked into the bread. Oh my goodness, so good.
That was actually our favorite part of the entire meal, so we didn't feel like it was worth the money for that one. But again, we do love breakfast here. We love the breakfast, love everything they offer. And we do enjoy the characters. That is a lot of what you're getting to enjoy there.
Right, that's a lot of the price, is the fact that it's a character dining location. And they didn't really increase the price a whole lot for the fact that it was the dining package with preferred seating for the Disney on Broadway series. If it was a much higher price point, it would have been a little more annoying. But since it was basically the same price with those tickets, it was okay. We were good with that.
Yeah, so after we ate, we decided to head out. We had not done the scavenger hunt for Festival of the Arts. We love scavenger hunts.
I don't know how do we miss it until the very last day?
We were eating, honestly.
That's actually a big part. We were eating, we were going to Disney on Broadway Concert Series.
We did go to all of those, and so that was a lot of what we were doing. But we had never been, so we were also checking out all the booths and all the chalk art, so we just never got around to it. So we decided to head around, and of course, Figment takes over all these paintings, which is so much fun to see. So we made our way around and got our little booklet at the end because we did find everything. I'm very grateful for that.
So after we got the scavenger hunt prize of the coloring book, we decided to go over to the mural that's paint by number and do one final painting on that mural. But unfortunately, when we got there, it was already complete. So there was nothing for us to paint. And of course, there's not enough time for them to roll out a new one. So we just took a picture of the final one. We didn't actually get to paint this one at all during the festival, but we have painted several others throughout January and February. So it's totally fine. Now we continued on into the countries. We're working our way over to the Disney on Broadway Concert Series that's coming up. We stopped in the UK to take a picture in the frame that they had there that looked like a book. That was the final one we needed to get for the entire festival. We'd been to all the others. This one just always had a line. So for whatever reason, we didn't get it. Now we've got it. We've completed all the pictures for the whole festival. And we kept going on to America. And when we got to America, I saw some art that really caught my attention. And I went over to take a look at it while Alyssa went off to do something else. I was looking at this art going, okay, I've never seen anything quite like this before. This was Cristiano De Costa. He creates mixed medium art pieces that's kind of steampunk inspired, I guess would be the best way to describe it. But all of it is three-dimensional. It's got layers and layers of just pieces on here. For example, the Mickey Mouse one that's inside of a TV. It's not just a piece of art, it's a piece of art inside of a television set that hangs on the wall. I just absolutely love the creativity that went into all these different pieces, and I would love to have one to hang on the wall here at home one day.
It was so amazing, so creative. Of course, when I walked over there, Robert had to show me all the pieces that he loved, which I was very grateful at this point that we were living in the resorts because we couldn't buy anything. I do love it, and now that we have a home, it would be awesome to have it in here. But at the time, it was just extra money we didn't want to spend. Now, as you mentioned, I went off because it is the final night of Festival of the Arts, which means it's the final night that I can get the drinking chocolate. And I had to get it one more time because it's gonna be another year before I get it again. So I headed over and got some more of that drinking chocolate that I love so much. They apparently ran out of their cute little cups that they normally use because we got bigger ones. I am not complaining because we got bigger cups and they filled them up. And then we took it over and we got our seats for the Disney on Broadway Concert Series.
So as we mentioned, there are 4 performers tonight instead of the usual 2. We've got all 4 of them returning from previous shows. Alton Fitzgerald White and Kissy Simmons, who we saw yesterday briefly from a distance. They're back, and they were both in Lion King. She originated the role of Nala. He originated the role of Mufasa and played that role over 4,000 times.
Isn't that crazy?
Mind-blowing. I can't imagine doing the same exact play 4,000 times. It just... I can't fathom it. And we also have the original Mary Poppins back. It's Ashley Brown, who also played Belle on Broadway for a time. And we love seeing her a few days ago. And then she brought with her Josh Strickland, who originated Tarzan. And he was absolutely hilarious the first time. We were so excited to see him again. Ultimately, I think tonight is going to be an amazing show because they were all awesome when we saw them as couples. Now to get to see all 4 of them interact together, it's going to be great.
And they did have so much energy. We saw them each when it was just 2 and 2, and they were crazy as it was. You put all 4 of them on the stage, and we were so excited to see it. We were especially excited though because this is the final show. This is it, the last one. No rules, whatever happens, you know it's gonna be crazy and amazing all at the same time.
And of course, we did live stream this one on Facebook as well for the final performance, and we'll give you just a couple clips from the show.
Please welcome the stars of Disney on Broadway's Mary Poppins, The Lion King, and Tarzan. Ashley Brown, Kissy Simmons, Alton Fitzgerald White, and Josh Strickland.
To come play the chop, the last play, the brass, the chop, play the top. The groove is a duke of soul. The red key can play the licks on the strings. The chop rocking out the lap. She sings the songs and she's running over the top. And all that love is gone. Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea.
Now, if you'd like to watch the entirety of that show, there is a lot of banter in between, and of course the music was also amazing. The link is down in the description below and up above as well.
And we loved that show so much. It was amazing, and it was a really good ender to Festival of the Arts for us.
Yeah.
At this point, there's really nothing else to see or do because we've done all of it, and it's the end of the night. This is the final day. So we slowly made our way out of the park. We didn't really want to say goodbye to the festival.
I know, but we also didn't want to be there when Illuminations started, or more specifically, when Illuminations ended. We wanted to beat the crowd out of the park for that. So as we worked our way out, we did stop and take a couple pictures with PhotoPass, and I had my camera with me. I took a few pictures there of some of the decorations for Festival of the Arts, and then we headed out to the bus just in time before the crowd from Illuminations started coming out, and we were able to get on that first bus back to All-Star Movies. And that is the end of our night. So we will see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.